My name is Kirsten. I run a blog and my YouTube channel called Curated by Kirsten, where I talk about all things knitting, sewing, painting, and overall just like living a creative life as someone in her early 30s. Now, I started knitting in 2020. Well, I actually started knitting when I was really young, but I picked it up again in 2020 when a lot of people picked knitting back up. And over time, I've kind of accumulated more yarn. My styles evolved. As you know, I was 24. I was 23. I don't know how old I was when I kind of got back into knitting. And now I'm 31 and I'm kind of reevaluating my personal style. Like, do I still want to make all these things that I had planned on making? And so today I kind of want to just talk through my knitting queue. I'm going to talk about some of the projects that I think I'm going to get to with the rest of the year. So it's mid-July while I'm filming this video, and I want to kind of over the next 5 months, like, what do I think I'm actually going to finish? And then I'll talk through some project ideas that I have, but I'm just going to start with what I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to finish this year. So I'm reading off my Ravelry queue right now. I think I have like 941 items in my Ravelry queue. So likely I will probably not make it through all 941 items, but I'll start with what I'm most excited about. So right now I am working on the outline tank. It is, let's see, I was in my queue, not my projects. The outline tank is by Jessie Made Designs. I'm making it in a size medium, and I am making it in, I believe it's the Denali sock from Explore Knits and Fibers. Yes, it is, in the colorway Fur, which is a dark green colorway. Looks good so far. It's been knitting up pretty fast. I think I'm probably about a third to maybe half of the way done. So I think I might actually finish that this month. The next thing I have in progress is the Kona sweater by Ashley Kroger. It's Ash and Her Knits is her username. The size is a medium, and I was making this from some Wonder Fluff and also some leftover yarn I had that I believe is Drops Air. I'm finishing the last bit of the sleeves. This will be done in probably a week. The last thing I would say that I have like in progress is the Missing Lisa. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's kind of just like a light wrap or shawl, and I'm knitting it in Lana Grossa Silk Care in the colorway not blue. It's like a navy blue. And then I'm also using Manos de Uruguay Marina in the colorway Log Cabin. I bought it at a local yarn store where my parents live. That's probably about halfway done. I just kind of knit it when I have time. It's a really easy like fall stockinette pattern, so I like bringing it with me because I don't have to remember a pattern when I go out knitting or like bring a pattern with me. So that's what I'm working on right now. So apologies if I'm talking funny at any point. I really bit my lip yesterday. The inside of my mouth is swollen, so I feel like I'm talking weird on one side. So after I finish at least like 2 of those projects, probably the sweater and the tank, I think I'm gonna make the Swell crop top by Lindsay Parkin. And one of the suggested yarns in this pattern is We Are Knitters the Cotton. And I know in my stash, I have some leftover cotton from that brand in the colors black, dark copper, natural, and terracotta. I'm not sure how much I have left of those colors, but I do think that those will work well together for this particular top. So I don't think that's going to take all that long. I feel like DK weight summer tank tops, it's just not a lot of stitches in general. So I think that one will probably be my next project. Now, I do think I want to do another summer project because it's so hot in Denver right now. But that's kind of like the big one. I shouldn't say the big one. That's like the main summer project that I have planned. But maybe I'll make this seamless tote bag by Suzanne Smart. And I was thinking of making it in the Billie Jean yarn that I have in my stash. I'd also really like to make the Brie Boatneck by Emma Yeager. I think she's behind Midsummer Knits is her name. I want to make this pattern in my Summer Sesame yarn. It's a self-striping yarn. I've been kind of wondering what I should use that self-striping yarn for, and I saw this pattern And one, I don't know if Emma herself made it or if someone else made it, but they used a self-striping yarn and it looked quite nice. So I think that might be kind of my last of my summer projects. Okay, so after we get out of the summer projects, I think I want to make the Levitate wrap by My Favorite Things in my hot pink Noro yarn. I actually have a project favorited here on Ravelry made in that yarn, and it just looks so pretty. I think that will get a lot of wear in the fall. I'd also like to make the Snowfall Sweater Scarf by Knititude, and I think that is what I'm going to use it's the Knit Picks Oceana yarn for. So I think it'd be cool to have like a wrap scarf that's like that green and black color, and I think it'd be very unique, and it would be something that would work in my kind of workwear wardrobe. I'd also like to finish the Court of Foxes beanie by Dragon Horde Designs, and I want to use my Dragon Horde design yarn in the color Slutty Pumpkin for that particular beanie. I recently discovered that I have 7 sock sets in my stash. So I actually have a lot of socks in my knitting queue. I was thinking of making Hermione's Everyday Socks, which I believe might be a free pattern, but Hermione's Everyday Socks by Erica Luter. I have Into the Woods by Melody Hoffman. Mountain Mama by Bloom and Create. The Honeycomb Socks by Emily Baudouin. And the Candy Cane Socks by Ellie Jones. The Snicket Socks by Sabine Riefler. If you're in this video, apologies if I mispronounce your name. And a Little Hocus Pocus Socks by This Handmade Life. So those are the socks that are kind of on page 1 of my Ravelry queue. So those are the socks I think I'd like to make with those sock sets. I don't think I will finish them all this year, but I think socks are good projects to kind of have in your bag for carrying around or kind of working on just, in between bigger projects. Now, realistically, this queue is getting pretty long. I don't know if I'm going to make it through all of it this year, but the one bigger project that I think I want to work on this winter is the Halftone Pullover by Indigo Knits. So I am envisioning making this using my hot pink yarn. It's in my neon era. I think it's the Denali sock from Explore Knits and Fibers, and then making the other half a black color. So that is going to be a longer project for sure. It is all knit and fingering weight yarn, and let's see what size needles it's done on. Done on US needle size 2 and 3. So I know that pattern's going to take a long time. So that's probably going to be the big project. But right now, that is what is on my queue. So far this year, I think I've only finished 2 projects. I made this pair of hot dog socks, which I really love those. They were my first pair of socks ever, and I think they're super cute. I actually wear them quite a bit. And I finished the Daily Ritual Raglan, which has a great fit. I am super happy with how that turned out. And it's super comfortable. I think that's gonna get a lot of wear in the fall and winter. I really did not knit at all this year, so I'm being pretty ambitious by thinking that I could finish like another 10 projects this year, but that's my goal with the remaining 5 months. I'd love to hear what you've knit so far this year. We're kind of like at the halfway point of the year. So what have you knit so far? What's in your queue for the rest of the year? And do we have any projects in common? Like, are we working on any of the same things? I would love to hear what you're working on. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.